to Sky and Me. In the last video, we learned about the four forces of flight: lift, weight, thrust and drag, and how they keep an airplane flying. But here's an important question. Once an airplane is in the air, how does the pilot actually control it? How does it turn, climb, or descend so smoothly? The secret lies in something called aircraft control surfaces. These are the moving parts of an airplane that allow it to respond to the pilot's commands. Today, we will explore how they work in the simplest way possible.
What are the control surfaces? Aircraft control surfaces are movable parts on the wings and tail of an airplane. When a pilot moves the controls inside the cockpit, these surfaces move too, changing how air flows around them. That change in airflow makes the airplane move in different directions. You can think of control surfaces as the arms and legs of an airplane. They let it move gracefully through the air. Every airplane moves around three main axes. First one, roll, tilting the wings from side to side. The second one, pitch, moving the nose up and down, and the third one, yaw, turning the nose left or right. Let's see how each control surface works to make those movements happen. Ailerons, controlling the roll. The ailerons are found on the outer trailing edge of the wings. They move in opposite directions. When one goes up, the other goes down. When a pilot turns the control stick or yoke to the right aileron rises and the left one lowers. This causes the right wing to produce less lift and the left wing to produce more lift. The airplane rolls to the right. The same happens in the opposite direction when turning left. Ailerons make the airplane bank, which is the first step in making a smooth turn. Once the airplane banks, lift tilts slightly to one side and the aircraft starts turning naturally. So in short, ailerons control roll creates turns. Elevator, controlling the pitch. The elevator is a movable surface attached to the horizontal stabilizer at the tail of the airplane. It controls the airplane's pitch or the up and down movement of the nose. When the pilot pulls back on the control column, the elevator moves up. This deflects airflow upward at the tail, pushing the tail down and rising the nose. The airplane climbs. When the pilot pushes forward, the elevator moves down. The tail goes up and the nose lowers. The airplane descends. The elevator changes the angle of attack of the wings, the angle at which air meets the wing surface. A small change in this angle can make a big difference in how the aircraft climbs or descends. So remember, elevator up, nose up and climb. Elevator down, nose down and descend. Rudder, controlling the yaw. Next comes the rudder, which is attached to the vertical stabilizer, the upright fin on the tail. It controls yaw, the left or right movement of the airplane's nose. The pilot moves the rudder using foot pedals. When the left pedal is pressed, the rudder moves left and the nose turns left. When the right pedal is pressed, it moves right and the nose turns right. The rudder doesn't turn the airplane by itself. It simply helps coordinate turns and keep the aircraft balanced. If the rudder isn't used properly, the airplane can skid or slip sideways during a turn. That's why pilots often use the rudder together with the ailerons to make turns smooth and coordinated. Flaps, the lift and drag boosters. In addition to the main control surfaces, airplanes also have flaps, secondary surfaces that help during takeoff and landing. Flaps are located along the inner trailing edge of each wing, close to the fuselage. When they extend downward, they increase the wing's curvature or camber. This gives the wings more lift allowing the airplane to fly slower without stalling. But at the same time, flaps also increase drag, which helps the airplane slow down for landing. So, when a pilot lowers the flaps, it's usually to make takeoff easier or to descend gently and land safely at lower speeds. Trim tabs, keeping flight steady. There's another small but very useful surface called a trim tab. It's a tiny adjustable flap often found on the elevator. Trim tabs don't steer the airplane, instead, they reduce pilot workload. They help keep the airplane flying level without the pilot constantly pushing or pulling the controls. For example, if the airplane tends to climb, the pilot adjusts the trim tab so that it stays steady on its own. This makes flying smoother and more comfortable, especially on long journeys. How they work together. Now, let's bring it all together. In flight, these control surfaces don't work separately, they work together in harmony. When you roll into a turn, you use ailerons and rudder together. When you climb, you pull back the elevator and add a bit of power. When you descend, you lower the nose, reduce power, and maybe extend flaps. It's a beautiful balance. Every movement of the control surfaces changes how the airplane interacts with the air around it. That's how pilots keep complete control even at thousands of feet above the ground. If you enjoyed it, give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe to Sky and Me for more simple and fascinating lessons about aviation. Until next time, keep your passion for the sky alive.